Hello and welcome back to our Calradia at War series, and we are once again within Sturgeon territory, just a stone's throw away from Swenrin Castle, which is of course my fief now, which is actually kind of amazing. Unfortunately, the loyalty there is abysmal because obviously there are no policies implemented with the wonderful Vlandians to actually help me out with that. So, well, I'm going to have some issues with it. I'm definitely going to have some issues with it. Anyway, I am helping out Anstruda here because she is currently being attacked by Godun, and obviously we're going to need to make sure that the vassals of the Vlandians are as pristine as pristine condition as possible, basically, because we really do need them to stay on the battlefield. We need to, well, prevent them from getting taken prisoner. We need them to basically just remain as they are, doing as much as they possibly can do to achieve as much territory expansion as possible. Now, bear in mind, I am actually receiving much less money. Yes, much less money than I was before as a mercenary. As a mercenary, I was gaining about 4,000, maybe 5,000, maybe even more than that. Maybe more like 10,000 sometimes, dependent on how well I did against enemies. But now, as a vassal, let's just say that it's not going as swimmingly. Yes. It is really not going very well in terms of my monetary situation. So I'm going to have to either invest in more workshops, which I don't think I'm going to do. Workshops are, even with the mod that I have installed that is supposedly supposed to increase income and production of these workshops, even with that, it still seems to be lacking in quite a few ways. So unfortunate about that. However, the caravans, they're still doing okay. They're not great either, but they are better than the workshops. I guess that's all I can really say about that. They're better than the workshops. But what I would like to do is I would like to get another couple of workshops, just 2 or so, in Vlandian territory. There's a reason for that as well, because of course we did just take the perk that increases my renown by 1 every single day that you have a workshop up and running, and that is per workshop. So if I have a workshop, then it's going to give me 1 renown, and if I have 4 of those, which I do currently have, the limit for them is 4 at the moment, and hopefully that's going to result in some decent renown gains passively, so I don't actually need to even worry about it, to be honest. Anyway, let's tell my archers just to do their own thing, and yes, as you can see, the enemy, well, actually, should I say, the allies that we have with us right here are not bothering to assist me one bit, which I gotta say is kind of bad, because I'm now losing a bunch of my archers, which, well, as you know, it's probably not the best idea, because they are Vlandian sharpshooters at the moment. I have quite a few of those, so it would have been nice to maintain their population in my army, but unfortunately that seems not to be the case, and they seem to have been completely eliminated, or most of them have been killed now, because look at Anstruda's army back here. I mean, she has a bunch of archers, of course, and they are assisting us indeed. They are definitely assisting us, but look at how many other units are just literally lazing around at the back here, not really doing anything, unfortunately. So it is one of those times where I personally would prefer the AI to take a bit more of a, well, just a bit more of an offensive standpoint. I don't need them to be the most aggressive thing or even the most skillful thing in the world, but I would just like them to assist me a little bit in these kinds of battles, because I am, after all, coming to their assistance. So, you know, not assisting your savior to win is kind of counterintuitive in my opinion, but, you know, they're working on it, and, you know, in general, I think the community at large surrounding Bannerlord is definitely getting on that. They are definitely, you know, putting that issue forward to Tailworld, and we can only hope that they listen and, you know, then they do something about it, because, well, this AI is, I mean, that's the thing, the AI is actually good. It just needs to be changed so that they change their behaviors a little bit, so that they actually assist people when they go into battle and so on. Because, let's face it, look at the combat strength right now. The combat strength, even when we started, was dramatically giving us well, favor. It was favoring us quite a bit. But now, look at what has happened. I have literally lost 19 units just purely for the fact that Anstruda decided not to do anything with her 70 units. She literally just stood there doing nothing at all. She had some Vlandian Knights, she had some Vlandian Light Cavalry, she had 7 sharpshooters, and they only killed 3 enemies. Really? They only killed 3 enemies. I can't believe it. I mean, if you think about that, Vlandian sharpshooters are fantastic. They're really, really good, and yet she decided not to use them. But that is just an AI problem in general. So hopefully that's going to get reworked in some way, and maybe they'll help you out in the future. Anyway, going to once again be letting Godun go, because he is indeed the leader, right? He is the leader of his clan, right? Or no? Cooperative, prompt to pay his feudal dues, quick to respond to his liege's call to arms, yet Ragnvad has never truly trusted him. Okay. Yeah, I believe he is the leader, no? Yes, he is the leader. So I will be letting him go, and as you can see, there's a much bigger blurb in the description of what his personality is all about. I actually really like that, by the way, and I think it would be very cool if they continue to do things like that, where they continue to give, shall we say, rather... shall we say, rather luxurious descriptions of the various vassals that you may encounter, because I personally like that a lot. I think that definitely adds value to the descriptions as a whole, because at the moment you don't really feel like you know these people. You know, you kind of have, well, a very standardized view of them. You just think to yourself, oh, this guy is dishonorable, this guy is honorable, this guy is friendly, this guy is not so friendly, and so on and so forth. So those are the kinds of things that maybe will be added in due time. Anyway, I'm just going to loot all of that. Thank you very much. And I'm going to probably head back to Vlandian territory very, very soon. At least I am going to... Yeah, Daldorn Castle, by the way. I was actually wanting to take that, as you know. And unfortunately, Fennegan is here, and he is from the Botanians. It would be fantastic if a massive army of Sturgians came out of nowhere right now and actually saw fit to attack Mr. Fennegan, because that would really... that would actually help us out a great deal, to be honest. That would help us out, it would help the Vlandians out, it would basically help everyone out. Anyway, we have a huge amount of perks here to spend, so what are we going to do? Gain 20% more influence from personal actions, or clan member parties gain 10% more influence from actions. Well, it's pretty obvious that we're going to go for the personal actions one, and otherwise, town gets a plus 10 security bonus, and town gets plus 10 loyalty bonus. We will go for the loyalty bonus, of course. And what else do we have here? Medicine. Oh yes, I love medicine. Okay, yes, walk it off, in my opinion, is great, and I'm going to be taking that. Every single time I can, I will be taking that. It is just too good to pass up, in my opinion. Otherwise, ranged penalty. Okay, yeah, I'm not really using a ranged weapon at the moment, so I'm not going to focus on that. But that doesn't mean that we won't use one in the future. Okay, so let's have a look. Pole arms. We finally reached 200. Let's have a look here. Governed settlements gain 0.5 militia per day, and all troops in your party gain additional 1 experience per day. Yes, okay, don't even get me started on that. Troops in your party gain 5 hit points. That's pretty good, and also reducing the recruitment cost of infantry troops by 20%. That is not bad. I actually would like more militia, I think, but troops gaining 5 hit points, this is a net gain of an insane amount of HP. If you think about it, this is a massive, massive gain. And if I could get more HP across the board for all of our troops, for example, in the medicine tree right here, your troops get plus 1 hit point for every 2 skill points above 200. If I could get that and then take this, that's a pretty hefty amount, you know, that's a pretty hefty amount. So I'm thinking maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Because I don't really like the secondary of this one, so I'm basically just going off whether I like both of them or just one of them at this point, rather than which one is potentially more useful or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to probably increase my medicine skill once again, because as I say, I think that this final skill is just way too useful to give up, but now I'm thinking maybe there's something else that I really want to go for. Is there something else that I really need to go for here? Smithing could be very useful, actually, so it might be something that we want to think about. Engineering, obviously, is something that I was talking about in the previous episode, and definitely something that I should probably increase. Steward skill is also something that I should increase too. But if you take a look at what steward skill actually gives you, I mean, this is good. Personally, I don't really like the name, okay? I don't really like the name of this perk. I've seen this multiple times, and I think to myself, did they really have to call it this? I mean, yeah, well, never mind. You know, it's just a game after all. But the point is, I don't really like the name of this thing, but the ability that it has is great. You know, increasing your production by 20% is always fantastic and very much welcome. I think I'll go for medicine. I should have probably gone for engineering, but I'll go for that in the next level, I think. Ah, hello, Mr. Ragenvad. Yes. You must... No, don't go after me, sir. Why is he traveling over here? This is very strange. Why doesn't he go after this army over here? That is very weird. I don't know what Ragenvad is thinking, to be honest. He seems a bit... I don't know. He seems a bit out of sorts. Do you think he's unwell? Maybe he's unwell. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, he's making some very questionable decisions by deciding that he should not go in against Fennigan's army when he quite clearly has the stronger army, right? I mean, I didn't really look at their combat strength, but I saw their numbers, and their numbers alone was enough to convince me that maybe it would be a good idea to go in there, but... well, who am I to say? I'm not the leader of his army, so we're fighting in a village here. Yes, a village. Yes, I'm not a big fan of fighting in villages, as you may or may not know. But generally, I'm not a big fan of that at all. And I'm going to go for a little bit of spear bracing right here. Okay. Just go on by, then. Just go on by. Oh, that... wow, that did so much damage. Look at that. I delivered braced polearm damage. Oof. That damage was frighteningly devastating. Wow. Yes, I'm obviously joking, but yeah. I was actually hoping for a little bit more than that, if I'm honest. Okay, maybe we can do some damage now. Yeah, I mean, that's the point. Usually spear bracing is not even going to be used in this kind of situation anyway, so I should really give it a fair shot. You know, I was just kind of joking around a little bit there. But anyway, the point is... hopefully I will be able to take this guy down. I don't really want to run around on my horse in a village, because this is exactly what's going to happen. You know, you're just going to bump into everything, and it's going to be very difficult to, you know, lock anyone down too easily, and then you're going to get trapped, and your horse is going to get killed, and then you're going to die. Well, I mean, hopefully not, but let's see if I can do some damage to this guy. I was actually hoping to get a little bit more athletic skill, because now that I've taken a look at the medicine tree, it has kind of reminded me that there's an extremely good... oh yeah, I'm punching him. Yes, let's punch him. Oh, you scoundrel. Okay. Whatever the case. I can tell everyone to charge. Why not? But yeah, the athletic skill, the final perk of the athletics tree is fantastic. And that's something that I was just reminded about, thanks to the wonderful, the wonderful look that we had at the medicine. Oh, get him. Get him. Yes, there we go. That's exactly what I want to see. I want to see that two-handed level up. And yeah, as I say, we're probably going to try and level up a couple of things. This sword is really short, actually. Look at how short it is. It's almost like a short sword in two-handed version or something. It's kind of silly looking, to be honest. But I did get it for free, and while Dirthart did give it to me, I will not hesitate to sell it. Yes, I will not hesitate to sell it if we need money, that is. Because at the moment we're kind of suffering a little bit at the hands of our wages right now, for some reason. Don't know why that is, but anyway, let's just zoom things along a little bit. And that is a victory for us. Fantastic. There we go. Alright, 54 renown, not too bad. And we got to 82 renown. Actually, 82 influence even. And we're going to let this guy go. As I have said multiple times, we're going to attempt to do as best we can in terms of taking people prisoner and leveling people up and so on. And hopefully that's going to result in some very nice monetary gains over time. I'm basically just going to leave here. and I'm going to go to Sionen because I would like to sell my prisoners. I haven't done that over the last, what, 2 battles or so, and that's pretty bad because that's losing me a huge amount of cash, as you can quite clearly tell. Look at that, 4,400 just from the roguery skill right there. And I can also sell all of my armaments too for another 18,000, which is great. And then we can sell the thrown weapons and all that stuff for 23,000. Now, obviously, I've not spec'd into smithing just yet. I haven't put a focus point in that, unfortunately, but hopefully I'm going to be able to do that, well, kind of soon-ish. And there you go. Daldorn Castle has now been taken. There's Cunbat. Hello, Cunbat. Where are you going? I will, should I actually defeat him? I'm not entirely sure. I was actually going to proclaim very majestically that I was going to defeat him in honorable combat, but yes, now I'm not entirely sure whether I should. Increases your swing speed with 2-handed swords by 3%. Yes, I suppose I will take that. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna also, after I have defeated this guy, he's actually a mercenary, never mind. But yes, after this, I will be sending some messengers to go and speak to some people. Maybe we can try and catch them while they are not within an army, and then we might be able to persuade a couple of them to maybe join us. I have a reasonable amount of money, so I might be able to coerce some people with a little bit of a monetary gift to come over to the Vlandian side. You know, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's take a look at where the enemies are. Okay, they're all the way over here. Guess I'm going to have to fight in this area. This area seems to be the most, well, open, I suppose. Even though we are in the tightest formation that we can currently muster. We have the shield wall formation, of course. And, you know, it actually kind of makes me feel like there should be a tighter formation than this. No? There's something that is even closer than shield wall, but I would assume that that's probably just not realistically possible, because otherwise people are going to be, well, standing in each other's hitboxes and so on, and that's just, I mean, if they're not already doing that, that's kind of bad, isn't it? Okay, so they're still standing in the same place. Ah, I see the reason. Okay, they basically have an overwhelming majority of archers. That's the main reason why that's happening. So I'm going to tell my archers and my cavalry to auto-delegate for the moment here. Where are they? Oh, they're standing on the hillside. Oh, how lovely of them. Yes, that's wonderful. I was very much hoping that they would not be up there. But I suppose I might try to do a little bit of distraction. A little bit of a distraction tactic right here. Maybe get around them. Try and draw some of their cavalry to me. Maybe a couple of their infantry as well if I can. And that's hopefully going to assist us a little bit in doing some damage. Nice damage to the horse, but not so much to anything else, unfortunately. Bear in mind that we do have that, what is it, 70% increased damage to horses now. So that's pretty good. Ooh, nice damage right there. 105. Yes, indeed. It is very, very difficult for me to navigate through these trees for some reason. It's probably because of all the leaves. They're very, very thick, so you can't really see through them that easily. And that is definitely causing me a couple of issues. But I guess if I'm having issues, then maybe the enemies also... Well, let's face it, they're probably not having issues. They're AI after all, but if you take it from a role-playing standpoint, then, well, they would hopefully have issues too. Oh well. Ah, hello there. My forces have finally arrived. Oh, now that was some damage right there. That's the kind of damage I want to see almost every single time. But of course, I can never 100% guarantee I'm going to hit their head. Because that was obviously a head thrust. It was a head thrust. And yeah, hopefully my forces will actually start coming over here now. Ooh, he blocked that. That was lucky, sir. That was very lucky. And he's now going to say and exclaim that that was skill. But I'm going to say that he is, well, should we say, needs to learn to play. Yes, needs to learn to play. If this had chat and the AI was talking to me, Yes. Wait a minute. Isn't there a game that has the AI actually talk to you and trash talk you and stuff like that? It's like an RTS game or something? I can't remember the name of it now. Is it actually it's not Age of Empires, right? It's not an Age of Empires game. I mean, I know that it came... actually, the franchise Age of Empires came out with a new iteration recently, right? Age of Empires 4 or something like that, yeah? Yeah, I think so. And, yeah, have you tried it? If you've tried it, let me know. Let me know how it is. Because I've obviously only played Age of Empires 2 and 3. I liked 3 quite a bit more than 2, but they apparently have said that that 4 has gone back to a lot of the mechanics that 2 had. So that's very intriguing to me. Anyway, for those of you that are not fans of Age of Empires, I do apologize for the slightly off-topic subject, I guess you could call it. But yeah, I just went off on a bit of a tangent there. But bear in mind that, yeah, there is a game out there somewhere that has the AI trash talk you in the chat. And, oh, actually, it could be AI War. It could be AI War, actually, yes. AI War is one of my favorite games of all time, by the way. It's a very lesser-known game. If you know it, then props to you. But AI War, oh yes, absolutely fantastic. Made by a very small indie studio. And they recently came out with a sequel. Well, they came out with a sequel in the past year or so. AI War 2 with updated graphics and so on. Because AI War 1 is very... It's not everyone's taste, shall we say, because they use sprite-based graphics, and it might look a little rough, but the gameplay itself is absolutely fantastic, because you're literally fighting against an AI that learns as you play, and then it decides on what it has to do differently, and you're basically, you know, the last remnants of humanity trying to survive, and the AI is obviously attempting to, you know, exterminate you and defend against your attacks and so on. So everything is basically against you in that aspect. But anyway, enough about other games. Let's see what else I have available here. Ooh, we've got some very nice stuff here. Yeah, it's very nice stuff to smelt down. Bear in mind that obviously with my smithing perks, I do have a wide variety of different things that I could potentially discover. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Anyway, I'm going to go over to Swenrin Castle right now because I'd actually like to see whether my loyalty has improved somewhat. I don't think it has. Oh, it has. Oh, look at that. High risk of rebellion. Well, of course. Right? Of course, yes. Indeed, indeed. Okay, so we are getting additional security. What can I do to increase security? Well, not much. We already have the siege workshop up and everything, and well, food production, I mean, food is doing perfectly fine so far. The granary needs to, I mean, look at this. We have, okay, so this is the main reason why we're not getting anything done right now, because we literally have 100% increased construction, but then we also have minus 100% construction. If you can see there, it equals out to be exactly the same value. And as a result, that is preventing me from building anything. So I can only hope, I suppose, that they are going to do that eventually. I didn't even set up the garrison, by the way, did I? That was a bit of a mistake, wasn't it? Okay, let's actually just put 150 in here. Let's put 150. I'm not going to make the same mistake again like I did last time. And we're just going to do this, 150, and then we're going to do training, and we're going to do tier 3 troops. That's it. Not going to go overboard this time around. And then we'll see how that goes. Maybe that's going to make a bit of a difference. What do they have in the garrison here, though? I'm actually kind of intrigued to see what they have. I'm going to take some of these Vougiers while I have the opportunity to do so. I'm going to take some Vlandian sharpshooters as well. And a Vlandian knight. Why not? Let's take a couple of those too. Crossbowmen? Yes. And do we have any tier 4? Yeah, we have some tier 4. Fantastic. Okay. There you go. Okay, so I think I may have decreased their security a little bit by doing this. Yes, indeed, I have decreased their security. But don't worry, our improved garrison is going to start, you know, just chucking units in there however they can. And hopefully, yeah, look, there they come. There they come. Huge amounts of them coming in right there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, we are now going to start having to pay our main party wages and everything. But you can see here, oh, the workshop is actually not even doing badly. Well, we have 2 of them, and it's giving me 458, which I suppose is okay. That's not too bad, right? Okay, well, the faster that we can get that security increased, the better. So let's just take a look. Yep, okay. So it is actually increasing. It's just not +1 at the moment, not a total value one. And hopefully they're not going to rebel. I mean, the only thing I can really do is just leave it alone and then just cross my fingers and hope, basically. That's the only thing I can really do here, unfortunately. So let's move on. Let's move on over to Caravan Seth right here. Because I would like, if at all possible, wait a minute, some villagers. How dare you? You will not defeat these villagers, sir. Thank you very much. But yes, I would like to sell these prisoners if I can. And we're going to get some relation here. I'm basically just going to try and be the most honorable fellow that I possibly can. Just trying to help as many people as possible whenever I see someone in trouble. You know, if I, come across someone that is like a villager or a caravan or something like that, and they need some assistance, I'm obviously going to try and lend a hand wherever I can. Now, we're going to go back to Vlandian territory real quick, because I would like to do some more tasks over there. Actually, you know what? I may just end the episode, because I don't know whether you want to see more tasks. Do you want to see more tasks? I mean, these tasks are kind of formalities at this point now, because we have some pretty decent... I mean, we've got a pretty decent army, right? Needs manual laborers. You absolute imbecile. Ah. Okay, well, I guess, yes, I'm calling myself the imbecile, by the way, because... What? What is that? What is actually going on here? I'm stuck in the village. As you can see. I am stuck in the village. Oh. Okay, never mind. You didn't see anything, okay? I've never done that before, and I had no idea that you could put the menu away. I don't know why you would want to do that. Maybe for the scenery? I mean, I'm not entirely sure what scenery I should really look for right there, but okay. Interesting. And we saw nothing. You saw nothing. I saw nothing. It's all fine and dandy, right? Yes. Yes. If you didn't see anything, then you don't have to comment that you didn't see anything. Haha. Yes, that was fantastic. Oh, Caravan Ambush. Okay. Let's do a Caravan Ambush. We might be able to do something here. Also, I'm thinking I might try to buy her brewery. I'm going to buy the brewery because that's going to give me a little bit of extra renown as well. Okay, so she is obviously going to get attacked. Her caravan is going to get attacked, so I'm going to have to just wait a little bit of time for her to get ambushed. If that's actually going to happen for some reason, I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but okay. Apparently nothing. I don't know. Ever since I got stuck in the village randomly, through all the fault of mine, the game seems to be mocking me now in all the ways. I'm just going to auto-resolve this. It seems relatively simple for us to win. And there we go. Massive amounts of prisoners too. Bear in mind, these prisoners are going to be useful because I have remembered about the manual laborers quest. So I'm actually going to go over there and see if they still need some people. Because if they still need some people, then I'm going to be able to maximize our, our gains. Just maximize our relation gains as much as I possibly can. Hopefully he's going to accept these guys. Okay, how much do you... Are you serious that you need 26, sir? Mind your own business, Headman. Okay, I don't think I have 26. That's the only problem here. Okay, question. Do they scan my party before they give me the number? Because they want 26 and I have 25. Isn't that amusing? Well, now I have it. Haha, take that, game. Yes. I don't think they do scan my party, but I've had that happen multiple times before, where I've taken this quest just after getting some prisoners, and they asked for one more than what I had, which it might very well be. It might very well be the case that is actually, the reason, but there you go. 14,000. 14,000. That is That is insanity right there. Okay. So I have lost relation with this guy, but he is the least influential in the village, so it makes no difference to me whatsoever. As you can see right here, I can now recruit huge amounts of people from these ones, and I'm actually going to be taking them because they level up into crossbowmen, and I very much would like that. Oh, this is great. Making peace with Sturgia. Yes, I will say yes to this. I will spend 150 to get some more charm skill and some more relation as well. Yes, some more relation. Fantastic. Okay, so that is really, really good. And bear in mind, we are now going to be receiving a tribute. Oh, it's only 58. Okay. Well, I was actually getting a bit excited about that, but no, there is no need to get excited about 58 gold. But yeah, nevertheless, we are not doing too badly. As you can see, we have increased our territory very slightly. And I can only assume that the next faction that we are going to go to war against is probably going to be the Botanians. I think we can probably safely assume that that's going to be the case. Anyway, I'm now at 212 trade, so let's pick a perk. What are we going to go for? 20% decrease in sell price penalty for food trade goods, and your towns, bound villages, for example, grain, olives, fish, date production is increased. I don't really care about any of this. I mean, it does not matter. It does not matter in the least to me. I'm going to take Granary Accountant, I suppose. I guess. I mean, it doesn't really make that much difference at all. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Next time, hopefully we'll be at war against someone else. I can assume that we are probably going to be at war against someone else. It very much depends on whether we have some support here. Yeah, Western Empire seems like the most likely at the moment, and then followed by Britannia. But you can see here, Vlandians, they're not that strong at the moment, as you can quite clearly tell. They're not that strong, so the Azariah are much stronger, as you can see. And yeah, so the Sturgians are going to be giving us massive amounts of cash. Kind of weird that there's this this little icon here now, and it doesn't actually tell you how much you're getting. It just says that they're giving you something. Huh. Oh, no, there we go. It actually shows you the total number, but not per day. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's an interesting change to make. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.